So, just before we kind of get into it, we, as you know, produce these brand safety events, and we think a lot about the term brand safety and expanding it. And one of the ways we're thinking about expanding it conceptually or in people's thinking is effectively it is the news. If a data protection law changes, if ad fraud happens somewhere, these are all current events. And so we're kind of making the leap that, in a lot of ways, brand safety is news. Do you think we're thinking about it the right way?
Yes and no. I think you're 100% accurate in that these events, these initiatives that are going on are very newsworthy, but I think a lot of the filters in the way that we're approaching news currently is inherently now blocking us from promoting those stories about it because it can be potentially seen as unsafe.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. How does brand safety help the news? Maybe is the way we should think about it, or just to alter it slightly. See,
yes.
we're doing product development. Doing product development right here live.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. Well, so you've been in Cannes a couple days.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting, surprising, shocking thing you've seen since you got here?
I'm trying to recall. I was here pre-pandemic, so the last go around. I'm trying to recall if it was this hot then. I don't think it was. So maybe global warming, a thing, not fake news. It's just great to see all the brands out in force, all the people, all the supporters of it. Everyone walking around with a smile on their face, really happy to be off a Zoom call or a Teams call for a change. So it's really nice to be here.
Great. And what do you want to accomplish this week? Like, what are your top 2-3 big goals?
Yeah, so there's some partners, vendors that we're actively working with to get our AI into their hands and to create new partnerships and just learn.
Yeah.
I always find that I'm inspired hearing other people speak about brand safety, about the creative side of it. Being more on the media side, I'm always more focused on the actual delivery of the campaigns and kind of forget about all the brilliant aspects that go into creating the advertising that we put out in market. So I'm always inspired to see that.
And what is the linchpin of the tech? You've told me before, but the linchpin of kind of what it is you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, so it's our proprietary AI that we've built in-house and a taxonomy or lexicon that understands the complexity of nuanced human emotion. So being able to, which I know is a mouthful, being able to really understand the nuance of what a specific emotion and the synonyms around it and how they show up in natural language and in relation to the content that an ad is being shown in front of. So happy ad in front of happy content is going to create greater media metrics all around.
So decisioning engine based on emotion. Super interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So on to the news, right?
Okay.
Kind of to wrap up. So a lot of things that are going on in the world, and we're producing the news, and really what we want to do is get comments from executives like yourselves on topical things that are happening. And you're going to hear a lot of, and rightfully so, the conversation about DE&I here in Cannes. And when I hear emotion out of you, I think that you're probably the right guy to answer this question as you think about, how much the DE&I conversation is impacting what's going on here, where are they getting it right, and what should we be thinking about in relation to that conversation here, but just in general?
It's a great question. So it's definitely the underpinning of all conversations that are happening on the beach and in boardrooms across the country. And I think when you look at DE&I, we also need to look at language that we're using even as an industry. And this is a conversation that came up with a colleague of mine back in Toronto around using even the terminology targeting to express the individuals that we want to view the advertising. That has a very predatory context associated with it. Mm-hmm. So I think we need to take a step back and we need to examine, what are we trying to do with this advertising? This is the festival of creativity. We're putting on a show, right? We want people to engage, to interact, to feel something, to have an experience even if it's a 6-second bumper or a 15-second pre-roll ad, a banner ad, something, a TikTok, it's an event, right? It's a piece of content that we want people to enjoy, to consume, to be moved, to take action against. So I think we just need to reframe a lot of our thinking, a lot of our terminology and phrases that we use, and hopefully we can be the agents of change that we say we are in this industry.
Right. So using emotions to direct but not target.
Correct.
Right. Good.
Correct.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks everyone, and that's the news live from Cannes, and we'll see you soon.